last tweet.
Hi.
Just one last tweet out. Everybody knows I'm live.
I have so many cat helpers coming to help me right now.
Oh, nice, nice. This is gonna look great on stream, though. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, everybody out there who's watching and listening
Cat
in.
fans.
Yep. So let's do that. Let's bring everybody in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody! It is John here. We are live on another brand new episode of New Music Inferno. It's been a little bit, but we're here. I'm happy to be here because honestly, when I found out about this musician and her music and just the sheer amount of talent that I got because of Peter, because of the people that he knows and the people that he wants to show off to the world, and we have one here today, and that's one Veronica Grim. Veronica, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? How's your Wednesday? How's everything going?
Everything is great. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to Peter for hooking us up too. He is awesome. He and his wife are both awesome, and they've been so helpful through all of this. So thrilled to be here. Sorry, I was a little discombobulated with technology.
No,
I'm not the best.
It's not your fault. It's Discord. Discord's crazy. Discord sometimes breaks, but it's looks like it's getting better. I mean, honestly, my videos don't drop out as much as they used to. But I'm glad to have you here. Veronica, like, I don't know how to explain your music. I mean, honestly, I was listening to it and I'm like, I'm just going to say this, and I say this a lot about music because the music I have on here is diverse and everything else in between. Your stuff is really good. Like, your voice, your band that's, playing with you, and you guys, just everything, and I like it. So I'm just going to say, it's good music. It's great stuff that people should know about. So how did you get your start, Veronica? Like, what was the moment that you knew you were made for this? Like, made for the singing and all that?
Like, probably instantly as soon as I arrived on planet Earth. When I was little, it was pretty instantaneous, because even when I was little, I was in every play, I was in every choir. I was in every talent show or showcase that I could get into. I was always like the worst to have in class, probably because I was a cut up and I love to make people laugh. So I always wanted to make the teachers laugh and my classmates laugh. And I think I was in the Brownies and we had career day. And I vividly remember coming in and I had one of those Echo mics that you could buy at the dollar store and pretend that you had a real mic. And I don't know if that was an Ohio toy or not, but
no, I know what
I had one of those, and awesome, and a really huge crinoline poofy tutu situation and fingerless gloves. And I told them, so I looked a lot like Cyndi Lauper, but I told them that I wanted to be a rock star, like Sting. I don't know why I chose him at that moment, but so early, very early. I love it. It makes me feel good. It's the mask.
Yeah.
So that I can tell the truth.
Well, it's so great music. I mean, honestly, I was looking at your older stuff as well on the Spotify and your new EP that's out, Summer Goth, which is available now. What is the plan for this? I mean, what is the ultimate goal for 2024? Like, where are you guys headed? Are you guys gonna do a Midwest run? You gonna do East Coast run during the summer, or what's the plan for Veronica Grim to go out on the road, or maybe for shows coming up?
I think that we would really like to do all over the place, but right now this year the band's been going through some health stuff. So myself, my bass player, some friends of mine, we've had to do some cleanup on some cancer scares.
Oh, wow.
But once that's all over, yeah, so I'm actually just coming off the end of a 6-month surgery recovery, which was awesome. I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's cool. But I'm healed. So now that I'm healed and everybody else can heal, we're trying to do maybe to Georgia, to Tennessee, to Detroit, Kentucky, to, kind of the whole loop around the Midwest. We would love to even get down to Florida. We would love to get up to Baltimore. So we're trying to do all those things. I think we'll probably end up staying on this side of the country. But I think it's going to mostly be weekends because a lot of us have some pretty cool career stuff. But yeah, we're trying to do it as much as we can. I've been in situations before. I recorded one of the last records in California, and it was tough to get anywhere outside of California unless you went like 4 days out. So it's cool to be in Ohio. But I think that's the game plan, is try to do some short bursts over weekends, maybe starting summer, winter, carry it into next year, and then write the next thing, the next EP as we're doing that, and kind of keep the creative pipeline full while we're dealing with all our health stuff until we can properly plan a tour. So, and then videos would be a big part of the plan. So
definitely,
just trying to get out and do.
You have an extensive catalog on YouTube for anyone out there who hasn't followed them on YouTube. So you're laughing, but it's true, right? You have a library of videos on there, correct?
Yeah, I do, and varying degrees of quality. So spoiler alert for anyone who goes looking. There's some really amazing ones, and then some really like. But I feel like I should let everyone see how the sausage is made. I've been posting stuff since I started out playing. You know what I mean? Like, as a songwriter and as a baby musician growing into like a midlife musician, it's been always on YouTube, and I'm kind of grateful to have that available for people to see and for me to see, to remind myself of what I was doing and where I came from. But yeah, there's a lot of acoustic on there, and there's a lot of cool like.
That's humble. It shows that you're a very humble person. You want to show where you see that makes you a very humble person. It makes people want to see where you grew up from, what you started out as, and then boom, where you're grown as, at this time and stage of life. And one thing I hope then, you're getting through your health scares and all that. Maybe next year Punk Rock Bowling says, "Hey, Veronica Grim, we want you to come out," or Fest for that matter. You never know. I mean,
I would love it.
I think there's would be a goal for 2025. For anyone out there who may know some people, get Veronica Grim on those two things.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be huge for
Let's
them.
do this.
So let's get to the music
while
now.
we're doing that,
Go ahead.
Let's also, if we're doing this campaign though, let's really like go all the way and try to get My Chemical Romance to just pick us up for anything.
Gerard, bring them out to when we were young.
What were you?
How about when we were young?
The play date.
Yeah,
a tour, a coffee.
Yeah.
A handshake.
A comic book.
Anything at all, but. Yeah, exactly. I love comics. They're one of my great loves, actually. And I have friends in Vegas. You mentioned Punk Rock Bowling, so I'm going to Vegas in May.
What?
I'm ready.
You're coming to Vegas in May?
Yeah.
I live here.
I will come in. Well, if you don't feel like that's too much, maybe we can high five and have a coffee or something. But I will be in Vegas. I'm going to see Shania Twain with my friend.
Nice. I work at a hotel in Vegas, so. Come to my hotel and win some money, That would be awesome. Like, Veronica Grim came and won her next studio money for the studio that she wants to record in next.
If only.
So, yeah, you never know. I mean, people do win money out here sometimes. I've seen winnings, I've seen losings, It's just the norm in Vegas. But Veronica, like, I mean... For anyone who hasn't listened to the stuff out there on the Spotify, which we're going to play here in a little bit, some of the EP and all that, where do you draw your influences the most? Like, what topics do you like to delve into in your songs?
It's cool that you asked that question, because this EP in particular, I feel like I made a brief for myself to not rest on the emotional, lovey stuff, and to look at other elements of my life. What do I love? What is fun for me? What is the thing that brings me joy? What is the thing that brings me stress? What is the thing that makes me the most human? what is the thing that details my experience as a musician. Those were all things I wanted to write about. So I wrote about social anxiety on this record. I wrote about being spooky in the summertime and sweaty. The S the I don't want to say the SS because that's like a negative connotation, but the spooky and sweaty situation is not good. But it is a good time. And then just it to be serious, the state of politics in America, without it just being about politics, just our feelings and our emotional state in a time like this. And then just the experience of being a musician and the pitfalls and the temptations and the highs and the lows. So I think that's pretty much what I wrote about on this record. But in my life, I've used music to be a catharsis for a lot of relationship stuff, a lot of psychological stuff, trauma and joy and the death of my mom and sobriety and, kind of anything that I need to work through. I feel like I can work through in music.
Nice. Yeah.
That and a dog and you're good.
Yeah. You definitely touch a lot of bases of a lot of topics. I mean, being a summertime goth, being politics and all that, and a lot of music does that, and it's good. I mean, honestly, I'm a big Rage Against the Machine fan. One of my first CDs I ever picked up, like in high school, college time, remembering that picking up. I picked up Battle of Los Angeles in New York when I was on a school trip at Tower Records. Yeah. So that was pretty awesome. Yeah, System of Down, Spartan fan, awesome. Correct. Spartan fans in the Twitch chat. Yep. He said System of Down, another great band. I've seen them a couple times. They're actually playing here in Vegas in 10 days with Slipknot on Sick New World. For anyone who's out there, I'm not going, unfortunately, but I know a lot of great people are going to be there. A lot of great bands, and it's going to be a blast for everybody out here in Vegas. You mentioned, being a summertime kid, being a summertime goth. Were you a Warped Tour kid? Did you go to Warped Tour a lot back in the day when Warped Tour was a thing, or no?
No, but the only reason why is because I worked at Hot Topic, and I was a manager, and I didn't want to be a dick. So I would let everyone else go. And Hot Topic had a thing. Yep. Yeah, they would even give you free tickets where if you wrote a review of the show, they would reimburse your ticket money. So I always wanted my sales associates to go. So I never got to go to Warped Tour. Not even once. But I've always wanted to go to or be on a Warped Tour.
You know what you should do in October? Just come out here for When We Were Young, and you can experience Warped Tour. Yeah. In Vegas like that. It's kind of like Warped Tour anyway. Kevin Lyman has a part in it, so it's kind of like one day festival Warped Tour. So it's kind of not like Warped Tour, but it is Warped Tour in a sense because all those most of those bands that are on that played Warped Tour. I mean, so you never know.
I always feel like with festivals, you're sort of you're on Supermarket Sweep. If anybody remembers that game show where you had to just get through the supermarket and get as much fucking shit off the shelves as you could, as fast as you could. And it's tough for me to do that with music. I love a festival. I like the festival atmosphere, but to me, I really love seeing a band do their own set because I want to hear it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. I get stressed out. I get stressed out at festivals.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're breaking Veronica down a little bit. She gets stressed out at festivals. But you know what?
A lot of people.
Yeah. Too many people sometimes. But I agree.
I'm like the raccoon at the Hershey Park dessert.
Well, that's you do have a song called Raccoon. We might play that later on the new EP. So so let's do this. Let's get to the music real quick. What song you want to hit up first? What song you want to showcase to the listeners and viewers out there right now off the EP? You choose, Veronica.
Straight to Hell, please.
All right, let's do it. That's the last song on the record. Go ahead and talk about the song real quick as well.
Okay, so my cosmic twin, Ryan Malott, is in a band called 500 Miles of Memphis. And if you haven't listened to that band, you really should do it. Put it on your Spotify right now because they're excellent. He and I have been friends since we were 25. We had never written a song together. We'd played together many times, sang together many times. So it was the right place, right time. And we decided we wanted to try to do a project. And we decided we wanted it to be loud and fast and fun and punk rock and just the spirit of the stuff that we grew up loving and really loved in high school, just energetic, a good time record. Um, and so he had melodically this song already created. So I got to write the lyrics and music with him. And he gave me free reign. There were only a few things that he was really, really specific about. So I got to write almost all of that myself, which was really cool. And then we collaborated on other little elements in between, but he was all set with the music. So it was cool to have that canvas to work on because he's brilliant and he's a great writer. And the song is about being a musician and the experience of the highs and the lows of that. Letting yourself believe your own legend, people wanting you for who they think you are, not who you really are, getting caught up in the substancey stuff, getting caught up in the ego stuff, just the way it gets in your blood, the goods and the bads. And that's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Straight to Hell by Veronica Grim. We are back with Veronica. We got Dan Housen hanging out there too. Dan Housen was dancing just like your little raccoon, which was hanging out with us for a hot minute there during the song.
Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. God, you know, it would be surprised to me if that song wasn't sold to like Billy Idol, for Billy Idol to sing it. Like, it seems like it would be like a Billy Idol song.
I'd be okay with that.
You would make millions off of it. You would make millions off of it, I think. But
I would sleep soundly every night. Yes, please, Billy Idol.
Billy Idol will call on you.
Please buy this song.
Yeah. But you know, it's a lot of great stuff on the. I mean, this is a 5-song EP. It's available now. It's been out since March. And you're already saying you're working on on newer stuff. You know, you're working on,
Yeah.
it's you have to. You got to get that new stuff out there. Next year like you want to. You want to get working on it and touring and all that. But what would be the direction of that? I mean, honestly, this was like a spring release already. But what would be the direction of the next stuff that you're writing or looking at releasing?
I think that the guys in the band who I should stop and say hello to because they are the only reason this machine runs. So hi to Danny Espinosa, my brother, to Nate Hickey, my drummer, John Campbell, the Campbell, our bass player, and then Dick Gross, our other guitar slinger, who is absolutely amazing. And then Mike Bustamante in New Jersey, who is the main guitar player, the lead guitarist on the EP. But the group of guys I'm playing with now, I think we'll probably stick with this vibe. We're pretty big on see where it takes you, but I think we had a really good crest of energy to ride writing this type of music, and it's a genre that we all love a lot, and we've had a lot of fun playing it. So I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more stuff like this. I like punk. I love pop punk. I love all variations on that theme. But I love mixing it up and throwing other little elements into it. And the songwriting element and the lyrical content of whatever I do is always something that I'm just especially proud of as a writer. So that